This is another hickory in our flora that's very common to find, Carya glabra or pignut hickory. And this is hickory that's very common to our oak hickory forests in the Piedmont especially, but it's also found in the mountains and also in the coastal plain. So found throughout the strait as long as it's not high elevations. You can see, like all hickories, it has this distinct braided looking ridges in the bark, and so that makes hickories very easy to tell in the wintertime that it is Carya, but maybe not so easy to identify to species. And so this one in particular, hickories can be really tricky to differentiate in the wintertime. But in the summer when you have leaves, this one is fairly easy to know. So like all hickories, it has compound leaves. So I have my bud right here, and then this is my compound leaf that's attached. It is pinnately compound, so there's a central rachis with leaflets coming off that central stem. And pignut hickory has its leaflets in mostly 5s. That doesn't mean that it can't sometimes have 7s. And so when you're trying to identify a hickory tree, I would always advise you to stand back from the tree and look at an aggregate, right? So look at 10 to 12 leaves and count the leaflets to see, is it mostly 5s? Is it mostly 7s? Is it more than that? So pignut hickory distinctively, right, so has leaflets in 5s. Okay, so almost all of the leaves are leaflets in 5s, and it has a smooth rachis. So not at all hairy. That's another thing that will distinguish it from mockernut hickory. And the rachis is glabrous, which goes with its scientific name, Carya glabra. The leaves are a little bit fuzzy, but not distinctively so. And you can see it has a big, robust valvate bud, so this is definitely not Carya cordiformis. And the nuts are also distinctive. So the tree that you might confuse it with is red hickory. So red hickory has 7 leaflets mostly. Pignut has 5s. And pignut has variable nuts, right? The fruit is a nut. And you can see they have these, pignut hickory has these little snouts, little protrusions on the end of the nut, so that gives us its common name, Carya glabra. But it doesn't always have the little snouts, so sometimes you'll have these nearly circular fruits. This is more common for red hickory, but there's overlap. In fact, Carya glabra has been declared varieties before, so some books you might see Carya glabra var glabra, which is pignut hickory. Others you may see Carya glabra var odorata, which is red hickory. But now we distinguish them into 2 different species, Carya glabra for pignut hickory. So here's another example. The fruits tend to be small, much smaller than mockernut. And I picked this one up because it's open. And what I want you to see is that the shell is very, very thin. So when we learn mockernut hickory, you'll see mockernut hickory, the husks are usually a good 1/4 inch in size, almost a 1/4 inch, and you can see this is very, very thin. Okay, so that will really help you get to either Carya glabra or Carya ovalis, which is red hickory. So, but the little snout on the end and leaflets in 5 will show you Carya glabra. Like I said, glabra means smooth. And Carya glabra is in the hickory family, so it's in the Juglandaceae family, hickory or walnut family. And the fruits are, these nuts are highly prized by wildlife, so it's a really important wildlife food source. And the wood is also very durable, and so it is used for cabinet making and other types of wood use, you know, very hard, very durable wood. So any kind of wood application where you need that. So fruits are very valuable for deer and other wildlife. Bears can eat the nuts, and squirrels and other rodents. And the wood is highly prized as well. So Carya glabra, sometimes called Carya glabra var glabra, but pignut hickory.